Time passed quickly, and in the blink of an eye, 2 months had gone by. Autumn had arrived, and the weather was gradually cooling. Qin Tian, relying on slaughtering poultry in the slaughterhouse, had advanced to the 5th level, a 5th-rank martial artist. Such progress would make any so-called genius break out in cold sweat. For him, there were no bottlenecks. That noon, he was busy rushing around as usual at the Furong Tavern. Zhang Dafu practically treated Qin Tian like a beast of burden, making him do the work of 5 people, with the clear intention of working him to death. Yet, Qin Tian never voiced a single complaint, which only made Zhang Dafu even more annoyed. He was eagerly waiting for Qin Tian to explode in anger so that he could give him a vicious beating and throw him out of the tavern, freeing himself from the constant irritation without risking any reprimand from the great elder Qin Xiangqian. In the top-grade private room, Qin Tian stood humbly with his head bowed. As usual, Qin Kun humiliated him thoroughly, but he remained composed and unperturbed. These daily insults had become a regular part of Qin Tian's life. Instead of feeling oppressed by the accumulating resentment, he found himself eagerly anticipating the Qin family's upcoming autumn hunt. The autumn hunt was an annual event and the most highly regarded competition within the Qin family. It was also a prime opportunity for young family members to prove themselves. The top 3 contestants who killed the most demonic beasts during the hunt would gain 3 days of free access to the library, earn the clan leader's favor, and receive mysterious rewards. All family members under the age of 20 and at least 5th-rank martial artists, whether from the outer or inner sects, were eligible to participate. Despite being relegated to the outer sect, Qin Tian still qualified. He longed for the day to come, not just to familiarize himself with the Kunlun Mountains, but to astonish the entire Qin family and, most importantly, to crush Qin Kun underfoot. However, his current strength wasn't enough to challenge Qin Kun, who had already reached the 7th martial rank with 6th-level qi cultivation. Thus, Qin Tian continued to endure in silence. There were only 10 days left until the autumn hunt. Just as Qin Tian was about to bow and exit the room, Qin Kun stopped him and said, "Trash, don't go just yet. Today, I want to introduce you to someone, a person who has a significant connection to you." Qin Tian paused, standing silently to the side, pondering, "Someone with a connection to me? The only person in the Qin family remotely related to me would be my long-absent aunt. Could it be her? No, it couldn't be. She should still be in seclusion at Jingshan Monastery." From his predecessor's memories, Qin Tian knew a bit about this aunt. The Qin family owed much of its prosperity to Qin Shuang. At the age of 13, she had caught the eye of a Jingshan Monastery elder and was taken in as a disciple. After 10 years of cultivation, she had reached the condensed Qi realm and was now considered a rising star in the sect. Jingshan Monastery, a mid-tier sect in the cultivation world, was unique in accepting only female disciples. The Qin family's alliance with Jingshan Monastery had elevated its status in Qinghe City and kept it thriving. While Qin Tian contemplated silently, Qin Kun and his cronies chatted idly at the table. Every so often, Qin Kun would cast a scornful glance at him, as if worried he might flee. Soon, the door was pushed open. A woman, graceful as an immortal, entered. She was dressed in white with delicate features, but a cold arrogance hung between her brows, a demeanor that kept others at a distance. She entered without so much as acknowledging the occupants of the room. Far from being angered by her lack of courtesy, Qin Kun was delighted. He immediately stood to greet her, smiling widely. "Ruqian, you're here." The woman was Xiao Ruqian, the younger sister of Xiao Rufeng. Qin Tian recognized her at a glance, a twinge of bitterness welling in his heart. 5 years ago, Qin Tian had been the rising star of the Qin family, a prodigy nurtured with great care. By the age of 12, he had reached the 6th martial rank, overshadowing even Xiao Rufeng, then known as Qinghe City's top talent. The Xiao family had eagerly sought an alliance, almost arranging a marriage between Xiao Ruqian and Qin Tian. However, the night before the engagement, Qin Tian had fallen gravely ill. Upon recovering, he discovered that his inner energy was leaking uncontrollably. His dantian had been damaged. Stripped of his talent, he fell from grace, and even the family servants disdained him. The engagement with the Xiao family was never mentioned again. Had his dantian not been damaged, Xiao Ruqian might have become his wife. Now, however, she was Qin Kun's fiancée. Their marriage had been arranged recently, set to take place after the autumn hunt. Qin Tian felt no affection for Xiao Ruqian. Seeing her now only reminded him that, while her beauty was striking, her character was lacking. Xiao Ruqian gave a faint smile, a superficial curtsy. "Brother Qin Kun, thank you for waiting." Her voice, affected and saccharine, made Qin Tian feel queasy. From the moment she entered, Xiao Ruqian had noticed him. After greeting Qin Kun, she turned cold eyes toward Qin Tian and sneered, "Oh, isn't this the Qin family's former prodigy?" Her tone dripped with mockery. Qin Tian smiled wryly but said nothing. Though he was no longer the person he once was, her icy ridicule still stirred irritation within him. Qin Kun, standing proudly beside Xiao Ruqian, sneered, "He's now the Qin family's biggest disgrace." Xiao Ruqian giggled, leaning against Qin Kun. "If he weren't such a useless waste, I might have had to marry him. Thankfully, fate spared me." "If you had married him, how could I have endured it?" Qin Kun laughed. But his expression suddenly darkened, and he cut himself off. Qin Tian's sharp ears caught the slip and began piecing together a sinister truth. His illness 5 years ago hadn't been natural. It was likely orchestrated. The elder Qin Shangqin's involvement seemed undeniable. "Plenty of work awaits downstairs. Enjoy your meal, esteemed guests." With a respectful bow, Qin Tian prepared to leave. Suddenly, Qin Kun slapped him hard across the face. "Did I say you could leave?" he snarled. Xiao Ruqian clapped her hands in delight. "Brother Qin Kun, you're so strong." Emboldened, Qin Kun delivered another slap. A burning pain seared Qin Tian's cheek. He could have avoided the blows, but chose not to, unwilling to reveal his strength prematurely. His only chance was the autumn hunt, where he would make his stand and force the clan to take notice. Swallowing his pride and pain, Qin Tian clenched his jaw so tightly that his lips bled. Xiao Ruqian scoffed. "A true coward. How pathetic. Father ever thought I'd marry you." As Qin Tian left, hurried footsteps approached. Outside, a burly figure clenched his fists, muttering 3 simple wishes. First, to beat Zhang Dafu senseless. Second, to kill Qin. Third, to have one good meal. So foolish, so simple,